My name is Claudia Carlson. This is my very first burn. I'm a virgin, and they rang the bell for me yesterday, and it's off to the races. And so far, the best thing I could say about Burning Man is that it's like Ibiza without the ocean. But instead of the ocean, you get a lot more art. And that's kind of paradise on earth for me. I mean, this is like another world entirely. The only other place you kind of get the physical, outward kind of, I could be topless if I wanted to, feeling in America, I think, is South Beach. And even that part is shrinking dramatically, but there is still a beach where you can legally go topless. But here it's sort of like the essence of what made Soho, and Tribeca, and Greenwich Village. It's sort of the hippie, and it's sort of like a melting pot of the coolest, tribes that have developed socially and culturally in America, like the goth and the punk rockers and the heavy metal people and the gays and the straights and the hippies and the tree huggers and the vegans and the technos, and everybody is like totally kind of equal and cool here, and kind of lets their styles sort of intermingle in a real loving environment. So it's not competitive. It just sort of makes everything richer, and that all over loving feeling is like phenomenal. I mean, I've absolutely broken down and cried twice this morning just from artwork that I've seen. People, I've met really great people. You find out a lot of things about people if you're coming with people you know, because of the extreme conditions and being like, carrying your own food and water and whatnot. You find people that were never generous, very, very generous, and people you thought were generous, maybe not so generous, and a little bit of, it just brings out all of your humanity, the good and the bad. But so far, it's only my second day, and yesterday was sort of unpacking and building our camp kind of day. But I'm fascinated and overwhelmed, and it's wonderful and a little scary. And
what you're looking for here? The peace, love, understanding?
Oh, nothing short of a spiritual awakening. Yeah. So I always expect the best and the most. But no, I really do. Actually, I came very specifically by myself, with people that I don't know for very long, although I think they're great people, because to really be as much on the edge as I can be and still want to come as badly as I did. So there's a lot of uncertainty for me. I didn't drive my own car. Indeed, I only have about half of my luggage, and so it's been very kind of tenuous. Up to the very last minute, I didn't know if I was going to be having a ride or not. So, and I shuffled around between 4 or 5 different cars to finally get a spot. And so I kind of came up here, without the cushions. I want to feel the real, bumps in the road here, and I know that it's going to be the greatest and the worst experience ever. And so far, I'm just hanging on for the ride, because for me it's a spiritual reawakening. It doesn't mean that's going to be magical, and it's probably not going to happen in the temple. It's probably going to happen on the side of the road while I'm sweating to death. But either way, I'm so happy for such a beautiful opportunity. It's surrounded by people that love costumes and creativity and do what I've managed to do exclusively for my entire life, which is basically mess around with feathers and glue guns and power tools. And I'm blessed.
Okay.
I'm looking for sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and I'm looking for a melding of the creative minds. I'm looking for friends more than anything.
Many experience, yeah, great experience.
Be open to all experiences, but what I'm looking for, what would mean the most to me, is to come away with some friends that, because we're all of such like minds. I mean, this is where, if you relate to 1 in 100 normally, you'd have to relate to 75 and 100 here. So what a great place to meet people that you stay in touch with, that you care about. Because you know what? People who need people, they're the luckiest people.